was supposed to be a normal summer night in America, a graduation celebration, laughter, plans for the future, two young women returning home, tired but happy, with their entire lives ahead of them. But by sunrise, they were gone. Not just one person, not two, three. No signs of struggle, no forced entry, no bodies, no clear suspects, just a quiet house in suburban Missouri, hiding one of the most baffling disappearances in American history. This is the story of the Springfield Three disappearance. And even after decades, no one knows what really happened inside that house. Cheryl Levitt was a devoted mother, a hard-working cosmetologist who had built a stable life for herself and her daughter. She was known as friendly, dependable, and deeply caring. Her home in Springfield was modest but warm, a place where people felt safe. Her daughter, Susie Streeter, was just 19 years old, bright, independent, and ready to start the next chapter of her life after high school graduation. Her best friend, Stacy McCall, was equally full of life. She was thoughtful, kind, and deeply loved by her family. On June 6, 1992, Susie and Stacy had spent the evening celebrating their graduation. Like so many American teenagers, they hopped between parties, enjoying one of the most important nights of their young lives. Originally, they planned to stay at a friend's house, but something changed. Late that night, they decided to go to Susie's home instead. It was a decision that would become one of the most haunting what-if moments in true crime history. They arrived at Cheryl's house sometime after 2 a.m., and that's where the timeline goes dark. The next morning, everything seemed normal on the surface, but something wasn't right. Stacy's mother, Janice McCall, grew concerned when she couldn't reach her daughter. Eventually, she went to Cheryl's house. The front door was unlocked. Inside, nothing appeared disturbed. Beds were made. Personal belongings were still there. Clothes, purses, even cars, all untouched. But the three women were gone, vanished without a trace. And then, there was the first strange clue. Near the front porch, a shattered porch light globe was found. It had been broken, but carefully swept up and placed aside. Whoever broke it didn't want attention, or didn't want anyone stepping on the glass. Inside the house, things got even more unsettling. All three women's purses were lined up neatly. Their keys were still there, their cigarettes, even their money. It was as if they had no intention of leaving, and yet, they did, or someone made them. There were no signs of forced entry, no blood, no signs of a struggle. The television was on, and one of the most chilling details of all, a voicemail message left on the answering machine. According to reports, the message was strange, possibly obscene, but it was accidentally erased before investigators could retrieve it. To this day, no one knows what that message said. Think about that. A potential clue, erased forever. As the investigation began, police quickly realized they weren't dealing with a typical missing persons case. This was something else, something far more complex. The disappearance of Cheryl Levitt, Susie Streeter, and Stacy McCall became known as the Springfield Three, and the deeper investigators looked, the stranger it got. There were no witnesses who saw them leave. No signs of forced entry suggested they may have known their attacker, or felt safe enough to open the door. Rumors began to swirl almost immediately. Susie had connections to people involved in criminal activity. Some reports suggested she had been associating with individuals connected to drugs. Was she the target? Was this planned? Or was it something completely random? Police interviewed dozens of people, friends, acquaintances, known offenders in the area, but nothing stuck. No arrests, no solid leads, just silence. Now here's where the case takes an even darker turn. In the weeks following the disappearance, a local tip came in. A man claimed that the bodies of the three women were buried under the parking garage of a hospital in Springfield. Specifically, Under the concrete structure at Cox South Hospital, investigators considered the tip, but there was a problem. Excavating a massive parking garage would be incredibly expensive and disruptive, and there wasn't enough evidence to justify it. So the tip remained just that, a theory. But even today, many believe the truth might be buried beneath that concrete. Now, before we go deeper into the theories, if you're into real unsolved mysteries like this, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Shadow Files, and share it with someone who loves true crime. Because stories like this deserve to be remembered. Now let's talk about the theories. Because in a case with no answers, theories are all we have. The first theory is the most logical. A targeted abduction. Some investigators believe that one or more of the women were specifically targeted, possibly Susie, due to her rumored connections. The idea is that someone they knew came to the door late at night. They opened it willingly, and within moments the situation escalated. But here's the problem. How do you quietly control 3 people without a struggle? No screams, no signs of violence. It suggests planning or intimidation, maybe even a weapon. The second theory is far more terrifying. A serial predator. Someone who had been watching the house, waiting for the perfect moment. A crime of opportunity. 3 women alone, late at night, an unlocked door. This theory suggests the attacker was experienced, calm, organized, someone who knew exactly how to take control and leave no trace. But again, no physical evidence was ever found to support this. Which brings us to the third theory, a cover-up. Some believe that the truth behind the disappearance involves people who were never fully investigated, that key witnesses may have withheld information, or that something crucial was overlooked. It's a disturbing thought, but in a case with this many unanswered questions, it's not impossible. And then, there's the fourth theory, the one that lingers in the back of people's minds, something unexplained. The fact that 3 people could vanish from a quiet home without a single trace almost feels impossible. It's the kind of case that doesn't just confuse investigators, it haunts them, because it challenges everything we think we know about how crimes happen. As the years passed, the case grew colder. Tips slowed down, leads dried up, but the families never stopped searching. Billboards were put up across Missouri, faces of the missing, staring out at passing cars, a reminder that someone, somewhere, knows something. And yet, silence. No confirmed sightings, no remains, no closure. More than 3 decades later, the disappearance of the Springfield Three remains unsolved. Think about that. 3 women, gone, without a trace, in a country filled with surveillance, witnesses, and forensic science. This case slipped through the cracks. So what really happened inside that house on that summer night? Did someone they trusted betray them? Was it a random act of evil? Or is the truth still hidden, waiting to be uncovered? One thing is certain. Until answers are found, this case will continue to haunt not just Springfield, but the entire nation. If you found this story as chilling as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe to Shadow Files, and share this video. Because the more people who hear these stories, the closer we get to the truth. And maybe one day, someone will finally come forward and tell us what really happened to the Springfield Three.